Sprint's in your last bill. Sprint's in my last bill to a different address. I didn't know about it. You know, you pay off your bill, but then it so happened it's a balance they didn't tell you about fees. It was like $190. So I said, look, listen, I give y'all $100 right now. You take it off. They were like, yeah. But I said, I need a letter stating that you're going to remove this. So when I get that letter, I'm going to give you my card info. We were literally on the phone, like quicker to draw type of thing. So I got the email. I gave him the last 4 digits of the card, and then it removed like that. And then also, when I first got started in real estate, I was a real estate agent. So I had to.
So a pay for delete does not work like that. I have relationships with all of the major collection companies. I'm going to tell you right now, they're not giving you a letter before you make payment. Not after 2020. They used to do that like that. This is old information that he is regurgitating that somebody gave him. But as a person who actually calls and is on the phone with collection companies day in and day out, I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to make you pay the bill in full, number one. Number two, you're going to pay in the hopes of getting that letter back. What's going to happen is you'll pay the money. Once your payment clears, they will submit a request to the credit bureaus to remove the information. At that particular point in time, once they do that, they will then email you a letter, or maybe even hard copy mail you a letter, letting you know that they did request the removal. But guess what? Even at times when they do request the removal, the bureaus don't have to remove it, because the bureau's job is to report accurate information, in which case you did satisfy this collection, so it's paid in full. We're going to leave it at a zero balance. That collection is going to continue to affect your credit score, just like it was unpaid. So don't think that it's just this easy. It's not this easy. They like to present the information as though it's just that easy. It is not.
To kind of become a credit repair expert to help my clients be able to get approved so I can make money. One of the things that a lot of people have are they have maxed out credit cards. So Herman was one client. She had an Old Navy credit card that was $1,000. She owed $900 on it. Her credit score was like a 610 or it was like a 590 or something like that. She put $800 on that card, brought it down to 100, brought her utilization all the way down to 10%. Her score went up 100 points.
Dang.
Because she only had one card. Mm-hmm. So that one card messed the whole thing up. When you got 10 different cards, then it fluctuates. She had one card, and that literally jumped her up. So put it in this perspective. She was able to become a homeowner off of paying $800. So sometimes it's not even full-blown credit repair. Sometimes like paying down one of your $500 card down to $50, or calling a creditor and say, look, listen, I remember my barber did this. He owed somebody $4,000. He called him right on the phone. I told him, he did it while he was cutting my hair. He said, I got $2,000 right now. He took it right off his report. 30 days later, it wasn't showing no more.
And the name of the letter is?
Pay to delete.
Pay to delete.
Yeah.
So get a pay to delete letter. Okay, that's good.
So you get full-blown credit repair, but you know, just for people that's listening, like that's one or two ways you could do it just on your own today.
Once again, I told you there's always an element of truth in lies. There's always an element of truth. Pay for delete is a very real thing. But they're not doing you no favors, because they can take the money from you and not delete it and still get the same thing. They're not doing you any favors, especially not in 2023. So while he's giving you a real life example of how pay for delete works, he's not giving you a real life scenario of the way the way it has to be positioned in order to make it functional. Because telling you the truth that you got to pay that whole $4,000 is not palatable. Telling you that you got to pay, that you get to pay 50% of the money you owe, is something that we can all look forward to. I do that. I dare each and every one of you that have collections on your credit report to go ahead and give that a shot to see if it works for you. Also, there's another thing in here that he's not telling you about, which is the fact that some collection agencies don't even own the debt, so they don't have the power to do a pay for delete. There's collection agencies, then there's debt buyers. A debt buyer purchases the debt from the credit issuer, from the original credit issuer, Capital One, Chase, American Express. The debt buyer buys the debt. They actually buy the paper. They now own your debt. They can be negotiated with for a pay for delete. However, a collection company, which simply just represents the original debt holder, the original creditor, they don't usually have the power to delete or even request a deletion from the credit bureaus, because they don't own the debt. They just represent the company that owns the debt, who ultimately has the ability to request a deletion, which they typically do not do. Whole truths, not half truths, whole truths.
Because there are some people who are like really in the mud. Like you
gotta talk to you.
Don't pay your bills. And he like, it's really like, don't talk to me either. I'm gonna connect you with somebody. You need to fix some other stuff.
I'm listening to you gonna send somebody else.
I was working at the Cheesecake Factory. I didn't have a whole lot of money, but I was just like mildly irresponsible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just need to pay it. You know, I was just paying minimum. So that's some good information. What you saying?
Yeah, I was going to add on to that, right? Because it just comes down to like education, number one, right? So simple as getting on the phone. If you look at all three of your credit reports, so you got Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. By law, everything on those credit reports should be the same. It should be accurate, right? So if your address is not the same, they might have 123 Main Road on Experian, but on Equifax say 123 Main Street. If that doesn't match up, you need to dispute it and get it updated, right? You may have a collection with Sprint and it says June of 2012, but on TransUnion it says May of 2014. So just looking at your credit report and making sure that it's accurate, because the creditors don't always report the information the right way. So just as simple, look at your report, get on the phone, call them up, and have those conversations. You could just start repaying your credit that way before you go and pay somebody thousands of dollars.
Got you. So you help people get funded. You're in commercial real estate, help people in commercial real estate. You're in residential and help people with residential. Yeah. How did this collaboration come about? Because I'm very interested in that, man. And it's beautiful to see that people are actually collaborating. Like, you could have your own program teaching people. Everybody can have their own, but how did we come together?
So how this all came about, me and him had did stuff in the past a while ago, and it worked so well. Like, I'm big on, I don't care how much money you make. I don't care all the big things you do. We not sinking. Me and him just did a live, and it just flowed like Styles and Kiss. It just was clicking. Then we did a class, and it was clicking even more. And then the fulfillment on the class, we was just aligned. So we just like, let's keep this going.
So when you got Sheik Luch, they call you Sheik.
Damn. Sheik. But and then we kind of just brought him in, and it was just like, it was aligning too, it was just flowing. So that's how we put it together. But I love what we doing so much better than anybody else, and I'll stamp on that, because a lot of people show people how to get funding, and then it's like, I got you 100,000. Well, what do I do? Go about your day. That's what you do. But now we're just like, it's a lane. Go ahead and get funded. Then you can get into residential real estate, maybe make 30, 40, 50 grand. But then you can transition, flip that 50 grand into, a storage facility or something commercial. So it's like a train just stopping at different stops. As long as you just stay on, you good.
Gotcha.
Y'all ever notice that all you need to do is all you got to do is, all we teach people to do is we flip it. We leverage it. We teach you how to finesse it. It's never anything real in depth. There's never anything like real deep. There's never anything legitimate. We just teach you how to flip it. You get the 100 grand, we'll teach you how to flip it. But what y'all don't know about legitimate business funding is that the moment you get funded, let's say you do get funded on a $50,000 business loan with a 11% interest rate, 9% interest rate, that next month, that first payment is due. Now, typically speaking, the audience that these people are coming to, your credit is not the best. I could count 85 out of 100 people that attend every single one of these classes. 85% of people, I promise you, the credit personally ain't right. Now, I've been doing business on my own I'm 41 years old. I've been doing business since I was 23, so 18 years. No matter how much money I make, I still have to personally guarantee every business loan I get, whether it's for real estate or whatever. Ain't no way out of personally guaranteeing it. So once you have to personally guarantee it, they're going to tie it to your assets. If they don't have to tie it to your assets, they need to tie it to the receipts of a proven business. It's not just as easy as just getting $100,000 of business loan. This is the reason why they don't teach you to get business loans. They teach you to get business credit cards. And they credit stack in hopes of you being able to accumulate $100,000 in business credit cards, of which they take 20% right off the top. So if you get $100,000 in business credit cards and you're forced to pay them $20,000 off the rip, and you don't have a proven business to start paying that money back, they got $20,000 richer. You're $20,000 poorer, but you owe the money back and you don't have a way to pay it back because you don't have a legitimate business, because they got you the funding first. They didn't make you get a proven business concept, a successful company in which you could then expand upon, buy more product to fill already placed orders, get a new office for an already successful business where you need expansion, you need more space, you need more people, you need a new location. They don't teach you those things. If you get the money, I'll teach you how to flip it. That's as backwards as it can possibly be. That's as backwards as possibly be. I don't even understand that. And for that, they gotta earn it, man. They earned it. They earned it.
Stop it. Get some help.
Come on, y'all gotta stop this.